From the slowest downloads to the smoothest streams of cyberspace, welcome to the Kidawa Show. And here's your host, Arthur Kidawa.
Welcome everybody, welcome to the Kidawa Show. That's right. And I want to thank everybody dearly for following the channel, following the show, and watching us and supporting us. And not only us, the Kidawa Show, but also the channels that we interview, those people that have given all of that time to share their experiences with me on camera, on YouTube. So thank you for supporting us, for supporting them, for checking out their channels, for giving them a like or giving them a comment. It makes a world of difference to us here. So we are all grateful for that. Tonight on your YouTube talk show, we have a family from Ireland, a vlogging family. That's right. And they have 7, do you believe it? 7 children, 7 wonderful children in their vlogs every day. Please welcome the Kinsella Bunch to the show tonight. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Kidawa Show. Today I would like to welcome a wonderful family from Ireland. I call them the Brady Bunch of Ireland. Please welcome the Kinsella Bunch, Dani and Dave.
Hello.
There you go. Alright, so first of all I would like to cover the stats of your channel. Let's see, you guys have 1,354 subscribers. You started about 5 months ago. So big congratulations on that. Job well done.
Thank you.
You are from Ireland, and where in Ireland are you from?
Well, we're living in West Cork at the moment, but I'm originally from Dublin.
Yeah. Okay.
3 of our children were born in Dublin. 3 were born in, although we haven't got to that yet, but 3 were born in Waterford, where we lived for 3 years in an Amish community, and then 1 was born here in West Cork.
Okay. All right. Well, let's start with, tell me what is the motivation, what really inspired you to start vlogging your family life and all that in reality TV?
Well, to be honest, we saw the Saccone Jollies in November of 2014, and we just thought, hey, this looks like a really cool idea. It's not something that I would have ever even have heard of before. Had never heard of daily vlogging families ever. But once we heard of the idea, we thought, well, hey, we've got something I think that's unique. And we were also looking for a way to maybe support ourselves as well. But a lot of added benefits have come along with YouTubing. It's allowed us to focus more on the children, which when you've got so many, it can be quite difficult to do. Just you get caught up in the daily grind of life.
Sure. When you first started watching the Saccone Jollies, do you still watch them, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I watch.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, no, I watch vlogs because it's nice to get ideas and see how they do it, and another one is I think I like to see other people's life.
Yeah.
Right, it's fascinating, right?
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like watching a real life soap opera.
That's right. And I grew up in Brazil, and in Brazil we watch soap operas every day. Few times a day.
Yes, that's big there.
So for me, it's like watching a soap opera, reality soap opera.
I enjoy it because it's so international, and I like that. Like, you know, I'm talking to you guys. You guys are in Ireland. I'm in Vietnam. I get to see part of the life there and the real life, not what the media is showing me, but by real people.
That's true.
Yeah.
I forgot to say, this is one of a firsts in the Kidawa Show because we got 2 people on the show instead of the usual 1, which is the first for us. Tell me, what is your favorite episode of the Kinsella Bunch?
Oh.
They're all my favorites. I think it's weird because we have a playlist there with called some of our favorite earlier vlogs, and I think the idea for that was to try and encourage people to watch the first vlogs when we didn't have many subscribers. But it seems like every few weeks I can't actually name one off the top of my head, but it seems like every few weeks we make another vlog or I edit a vlog and finish it, upload it. I'm thinking, yeah, I really like that one. Right. But she probably would have.
I have few. I have the one where Dave plays hide and seek with the children.
Oh yeah.
In the woods, when he goes to the woods with the children. I really thought
that one was called "Help Me, Daddy, I'm Sinking."
Oh yeah, that's when Sarah fell.
Sarah fell into a little stream. We have woods behind our house, but they're man-made woods.
Right.
So they have these like little streams that run through. I assumed to water the trees. She fell into one. Now most of them you can stand in, but this one had no end, and it was like a kind of a very watery mud. It was scary actually, and she was terrified. So that was a very exciting episode. And then after that, we played hide and seek in the reeds, which was just a lot of fun. Yeah. And I was telling you earlier how I feel like YouTube is helping me focus more on the kids again. It's helping me to become a bit of a kid again, because I think with the stresses of life, they say, oh, it's time to grow up, whatever. But
sure,
with the stresses of adulthood, you can tend to become a little bit hardened, maybe, and
absolutely.
forget about the fun in life and the enjoyment that you had when you were a kid, and without focusing on the kids anymore. Sorry, I'm waffling on here.
Yeah, I think the one with Sarah crying as well because she's afraid I'm gonna die. I like that one too. And the baptism one as well is really sweet.
Oh yes, yeah. We just had one where one of our very good friends met this girl, and we're Christians, we're believers. So he met this girl, and he started going to church with him, and then she decided that's what she wanted for herself. But she would have come from a non-religious home in Czech Republic, so obviously the initiation for a Christian is baptism. So she decided to get baptized. But it was such a beautiful experience. It was a beautiful day. We went down by the river. It was just like out of a movie.
Yeah.
And then he proposed to her afterwards.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It was very romantic, and not just beautiful what she's done, but also very romantic when the way he did it, and so it was really sweet. It was a nice day.
It was just a very beautiful day.
But I often say I'm not being proud now. I am being proud. I watch a lot of vlogs, but a lot of different vlogs. But I really enjoy watching our vlogs.
I love watching my own show. I think it's better than anything else.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Why doesn't everybody else feel the same way though?
It's fascinating how interesting we find ourselves, from that perspective. Sometimes.
Yeah, it's like when you take a photo and there's a group of people, you always look for yourself and you're checking yourself out and you want to see how you're dressed
exactly.
and is your hair okay. And
that's true.
I do think it's a bit of that.
Yeah, maybe, but I love our children now. So.
Yeah, and I think on your behalf, I think what you do on your channel is also you put in a lot of variety, and you have the kids. That is a lot of variety in itself. Yeah. But then in addition, you have the little games you do together, and it's really cute. And then, like you said, you caught your friend, not caught your friend, but you were there at the right time when they were getting married, and when he proposed to her. So that's a great moment to capture.
That's right. Yeah.
What is your favorite as a family, like together? What is your favorite movie, or if it's easier, a TV show to watch all together?
For a long time, it was Little House on the Prairie.
Right.
we used to watch. I have the whole series, and when we were in the Amish, after we left the Amish, I started buying the series, and I could relate a lot with their way of thinking, I suppose, because they're old-fashioned and kind of sweet and almost innocent, So the children loved it as well. But at the moment, we don't really sit as much anymore to watch things with them. They watch, their kiddies things, and we are doing YouTube. So
we're doing YouTube, so I think almost the thing we'd all sit down and watch together are our vlogs, or maybe somebody else's vlog.
That makes me curious then. So after, I'm assuming you usually probably edit your vlogs whenever you have free time, or probably at night, right before sleep or something like that. So do you watch every single one of your vlogs to kind of, double check it after you upload it, and you watch it again to kind of proof check it again, or just out of curiosity? Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, Dave does the editing on the morning. Usually for that day, and then he put it. Once he finished doing it, I watch it once. So then he uploads it, and once we have few of them new ones, we just put it on a pen drive, and we put it on the TV so the children can watch it. So so,
I mean, like when we're editing a vlog, I mean, from your own shows, you go through it, just to give it a quick watch, and then I'll edit out maybe the start and the end of every vlog, because turn on the camera, turn off the camera, you edit that out. Any other obvious kind of whatever mishaps or whatever you don't want in there, you edit that out. Then you have to go over it again, kind of try and fine tune it while still trying to retain some kind of a narrative, so it's not. Sometimes you end up with something very choppy, and I'm not happy with it. So I try and make something that flows. Then I have to go over it again and see where I'm going to put in some music. I find that's very effective. And then I just have to go over it again, just to see that the whole thing. Because if I don't, sometimes I leave out the music, or I make a quick edit, but that upsets something else. And then you upload it, and then you just want to watch it again. It's weird. It's just I end up watching it 5 times. Something
about watching it on YouTube.
I
don't know. Do you find that you want to watch it on YouTube?
Right.
You want to. I think that
you're pretending.
Yeah, you want it. There's a feeling. Yeah, you're a viewer. How would a viewer feel watching this?
Yeah. Good. And like you said, when you're editing, you want to double check so many times. Like even with this show, I'll spend hours, days, and then I'll notice that my voice got mismatched with my speech. And that's such a subtle thing, but you become such a perfectionist when you start doing this, and you have to go back and all that hassle. So then what is your favorite movie as a couple to watch?
Perfect movie.
One movie that we watched relatively recently that we both loved was Avatar.
Yeah, we really liked it.
And we watched the extended edition.
Nice.
You have to understand, for years we hardly watched any movies when we were in the Amish, and
when Avatar came out, we weren't watching movies.
Okay.
So we are catching up now. So now every time we find movies that was from 2007 towards 2015, so now we're getting all these movies to see if we can catch up. But me and Dave, we don't always agree on our taste for movies. So Avatar was one that both of us liked.
Okay.
Yeah, she likes romantic comedies. I like sci-fi or action or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Avatar was that Pocahontas story, kind of set in the science fiction world. So it had a little bit of both.
Yeah, that's right.
So is it a daily routine after you've edited the video and then watch them, to present them to the children and everybody?
I think we used to do it more.
Yeah.
I would put say the last week's vlogs onto a USB stick, and then I'd put it into the TV. But I find we're doing that less now than we were before. But the children love watching our vlogs, so
The children watching themselves.
yeah.
You know, they really have fun watching themselves. So they have those time. Oh, Mom, can we watch vlogs?
I see.
You know, can you put vlogs in the stick so we can put the vlogs for them to watch? But you know, they stay in school until 3. We get home at half 3. Then there's homework, chores and things. You know, by the time they could do something, it's already late.
Yeah.
So we let them, like Judah has his favorite kind of
Sure.
vlogs that he likes watching, like EvanTube, those gaming for children, and our girls like watching something like that too. So they have their time in the evening that they can catch up on their vlogs, you know.
Yeah.
Sure. And I was wondering if they do read the comments that you guys get.
Not always, no.
No. We've
Alright.
been very lucky so far. We've hardly had any negative comments. Nobody has said anything, and I mean, you know yourself, you're on YouTube. There are just some nasty people out there that want to hurt and offend and upset, but nobody has said anything about us. Nobody said anything about the children. Our very first comment was a negative comment, and that deeply upset me for days. Amy will read comments.
Yeah, she will.
Okay.
And we tell them, though, we do tell if somebody says something about them or something encouraging something that they did, and we tell them, especially for Judah, a lot of people comment
about Judah.
So I often say, you know, oh, Judah, they've said this about you, and he get very excited, you know.
Yeah, we like to encourage him. So a lot of people say he's very natural in front of the camera. He's a great little vlogger, you know, and then I like to encourage him with that. You know, and on that topic as well, if, you know, Judah, I'll try and encourage him in what he's doing. If I give him the camera, if he did something the day before, I'll say, well, you know, try not to do that, try and do this time, focus more on that, people like this, you know, to kind of build him up in it.
I see, absolutely. Yeah, he has such an kind of old soul personality to him. I would like to ask, since you have 7 children in the house, how do you deal with the bigger problems when, you know, they all get kind of rowdy and set against each other? How do you solve such a bigger issue with them?
We have a big cage that we put them into.
Yes,
and
that's how you do it.
We don't feed them for 3 days. Yeah, it works.
No,
old-fashioned, like you said.
A problem there.
Exactly. Old-fashioned.
Like Little House on the Prairie.
Yeah.
No, I just had a problem there. We have Sarah and Rachel watching a little show on TV, and or it's a DVD. And they start fighting, and they were smacking each other. You know, those things we don't show in vlogs, right?
Right.
Because we don't get it on time, you know. Usually they're already crying by the time you come, you know.
You're shaking that.
Yeah, sorry. So I think the best thing is to talk. You know, our children have very good conscious.
All children do.
Yeah, all children do. And once you explain to them and show them that what they're doing is not nice, that they are hurting somebody else, and that you would hate if somebody did that to you, it always works. And they feel so bad then, and they like go and apologize, and they realize, oh yes, it was really mean what I did. You know, sometimes we need more than just talk. Yeah. But most times, I think a good talk works.
I think sometimes, like, I'm not it's, you might find it strange or maybe not, but I'm not naturally very good with children. But when you look at little children, like, I wouldn't relate to other people's children very well. But when I look at my children, I just see little human beings. Like Kimberly, for example, she's so small, but she has thoughts, she has emotions, she has a will, she has happy moods, bad moods. And so how would I like to be treated? How would I like my parents to have treated me, even at that age? Can I think back and think how I felt when I was maybe 4 or 5 and my parents treated me, maybe how I felt unfairly? You know, so, you know, I try and look at, now I don't always do it, And we do try and present a positive image on the vlogs. That's not about being fake. That's just it's for our own benefit as much as for everybody else's. And when we focus on positive things, we tend to become more positive.
Yes.
So in the vlogs, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to spread a little bit of happiness in the world, but we're also trying to spread it in our own home. That's why I don't like to give people the impression that we never get cross or we never get upset. We do. But even at that moment, then, what would I want if that would happen to me? I would want the person to come and apologize. So we do try and keep... And I grew up, and most people my age would not have had parents that would have apologized to them. And so we do try and just keep that kind of a relationship with our parents.
Right.
With our children.
Yeah, yeah. Well, what I've learned, working with children over the years too, is they're very intelligent and they demand respect. And as an adult, I see a lot of adults messing up because they demand that respect first. But once you give them the respect and they give it back, you have a whole different level of communication and understanding.
That's true.
And and also they're intelligent because they absorb things differently. Once they become teenagers or older people, they can shrug them off easier. But children, once you put some information along with emotion, they really take it in deeper. And there's a great result from it.
Yeah. No, I find our children, they have so different personalities, 7 different beings.
Right.
And it's amazing how come they can be from the same parents and yet to be so different. So some of our children, you have to speak a little bit stronger, for them to get the message. Where others, if you speak stronger, they'll feel totally offended and they will be their heart to be broken,
Right.
So some of them, you really have to be gentle and calm. I mean, it should be gentle and calm with everybody, but some of them would take advantage of the gentleness, you know what I mean? But it's sometimes you have to be more firm and no, this is not the way you do. But others, if you do that, they'll be crying the whole day. It's amazing how, they're so different.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And because of that, they can also lend you a helping hand too, and, controlling the other younger children. So, that's fascinating. All right, so can I ask you two, what do you do for a living then?
I'm not actually employed at the moment.
Okay.
So basically, that's the situation we find ourselves in at the moment. It's not an ideal situation. It's either we move out of the countryside and into a city, or we stay where we are and we try and make something work here.
Okay. How supportive do you find the government over there for new families, even foreigners?
I guess that depends on who you're talking to, but we personally find the government very supportive here in terms of equality, in terms of support for all kinds of people. For ourselves, I'm not employed. The situation in Ireland is quite bad actually at the moment. In terms of work, people are leaving in droves overseas to find jobs in Canada, Australia. So
hello there.
Here we go. Somebody.
Hello, Tim.
Hello.
So I think for myself, I worked in I'm a social care worker by profession.
Okay.
And when I lost my job just at the beginning of the crash, we moved with the Amish. But where we moved to was the worst hit area in Ireland in terms of the economy, in terms of jobs. So I was without a job for the whole time we were there. While we were there, I tried to start a window cleaning company. The government was very supportive in helping me set up the business, but there was just no work.
Okay.
So when we decided to leave the Amish, we moved down here. I kept the window cleaning business, but it was even worse down here.
Wow.
So I decided to quit and then focus my energies on YouTube, and also we have a small ebook business that we run through Amazon. where I convert public domain books into a digital format like Kindle, which we then sell. It's all very slow. It's a lot. We have a lot of long-term goals, but our hope is that in maybe 3 to 5 years we will be self-sufficient.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah,
nice.
But again, like you're talking in reference to the government, they're very supportive of those kind of initiatives. I'm basically trying to create work for myself, and in an economy where there are no jobs.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's good. How far is your house from the closest, I guess, bigger city or town?
15 minutes in the van.
Yeah, to a medium-sized town.
It has a shop.
Well, you have supermarkets there. But again, you're talking about Ireland, a small population. So Skibbereen town, for example, would have 5,000 people in the actual town itself.
Right.
But you've got a couple of supermarkets there. You have DIY centers, or different things like that. Restaurants, pubs, different things, whatever people want. Yeah.
Place. And you wouldn't really walk there.
Sure.
It's 15 minutes drive or 2 hours walk. That's how
right,
far.
Yeah. I hear you.
And it's really countryside walk. It's not like you have a path that you can walk to. It's really roads that don't have anywhere where you could. So it's cows everywhere.
Is the landscape really flat, or is it more hills?
It's very hilly.
Hilly at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's very hilly.
Not mountainous, just a very hilly.
Okay. So what countries have you two at least visited together? How many countries and which ones?
Together. England.
And Brazil.
Brazil. Uganda.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been to a few. I mean,
we went to Spain as well. Spain, was it?
Oh, we went to the Canary Islands, which is a small island off Africa owned by Spain. I've been to California on my own.
Yeah.
Went to Canada on my own as well. So we've been to a couple of places while married.
Yeah, you've
not
been
together.
Yeah. I lived in France, so I have been to France too before I met Dave.
Ah, France.
Yeah. So
nice.
Yeah.
So how did you two meet?
I'll let you tell that.
I'll tell that story. Well, I came to Ireland after I learned English in Northern Ireland, and then I moved back to Brazil, and then I got a job here as an au pair. So that was November 2002, and my boss here, she asked me to come and visit her shop the day after I arrived, and Dave was having an interview to work on that shop. And, so that's how we met. Like I saw him, but nothing, came out of it. And then after a few weeks, then she asked me if I could come to the shop and help to do some Christmas decorations. And when I was there, she'd mentioned to me that he was Christian, and I wanted a church to visit because I was in Ireland. I didn't have any friends, and I wanted to go to church. So she said, well, Dave, the guy who works with us, he's a Christian, maybe we could go with him. So one day he came down for lunch when I was working there, and I asked him, could I go to church with you, So he said yes, and so I started going to church with him, and we became best of friends. We shared everything about each other in a few weeks. And then in February the next year, that was February 2003, he asked me out. Invited me to go for a date. We went to watch a play, and that was Valentine's Day 2003, our very first date. And then we got engaged in July
July the
2003.
4th, Independence Day.
Yeah.
Some would say ironic.
Yeah. And then we got married in December on that same year, 2003. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So
And you
12
remember
years.
that timeline very clearly.
Oh, very
We
clearly.
tell the story, she does to almost everybody.
Right, I'm sure.
People
Right.
ask, you know,
No, people do that.
I said, well, I tell you.
Yeah, one of the good things about doing vlogs too.
Yeah,
You just said, oh, watch that video.
yeah.
Dani, you being from Brazil, what brought you to Ireland then?
Oh, okay. Well, you see, in Brazil, I never really felt I had the chance of anything really. I come from a very kind of, I would say, poor. You know, I don't know poor, but you know,
Working class.
a working class
Brazil.
Brazilian family, where I didn't really have a chance to do much anyway.
Yeah.
So I went to France to be an au pair in the year 2000. I was 20 years old, 21 years old. And
Okay.
I really felt like that opened my eyes a lot to the life that I could have in Europe. I didn't really need much in Europe to have an okay life. What I mean okay is like to have a social life and to be able to do things, you know. So I went to France for a year, and then I went to Northern Ireland for a year to learn English. Once I had French and English, I thought I'll go back to Brazil. I have English and French, I'll get a good job, go to university, pay my university, and I'll be able to have a good future in Brazil. But when I arrived there, it wasn't like that. I arrived there and you start seeing everything else. I said, what's the point of me getting a good job and having a good life here, but there's so much happening in this country that I can't help. You know, I felt I was being,
I see.
you know, I just, by looking and seeing everything in my family or outside my family, so much wrong that I would never be able
Wow.
to.
Yeah.
So I got desperate, you know. I sent an email to a friend who was living in Dublin, and I
Sure.
said, look, I need to go back to Europe, you know. So she got me a job where my boss paid my tickets to come to be an au pair in Ireland, you know. And I met Dave the day after, so I think I was meant to stay in Ireland,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, so it was nice to have
I
met
hear
Dave
you.
so fast.
Yeah.
So I was wondering, because I see many differences in our backgrounds, you know, that change how we behave towards certain things now. What are some biggest differences you've seen amongst yourselves, being from Brazil and Ireland, in your ways of dealing with things, or in a good or bad way? Either way.
I find that a funny question because a lot of people ask us, but I feel culturally there aren't that many differences among us.
There are differences between Brazilians and Irish people, but
Sure.
me and Dave are very.
Dani is not your typical Brazilian. She, well, what you would assume as your typical Brazilian is very loud, very outgoing. Dani is a very sociable person, but not in a way that you might think a Brazilian would be. If that makes sense.
Right.
So, in some ways, she fits into the Irish lifestyle a lot more. But in terms of differences of personality, I'm not quite as outgoing. I'm not quite as sociable as she is. Dani would, you know, you talk about an outgoing personality, and what's the opposite of an outgoing?
Introvert.
Introvert and extrovert.
Yeah, I think for me at the beginning, the hard thing is like the communication is different. Like I like talking a lot, you know, and that is Brazilian personality. Like we like talking, we express our feelings all the time, and we just let them know what we're feeling. Where the Irish are not like this. How are you? I'm
I
grand.
see.
And that's it. You know, there is no, you know, if somebody asks me how I am, I want to tell them, you know, you're asking me. But actually here is more a politeness they ask. It's not real that they want to know exactly how you
Yeah.
are, you know?
I see.
One thing I'd say, I'm just thought of it now, is maybe my toleration for cold would be a lot higher than Dani's. But her
Sure.
toleration for
Yeah.
hot, and I could never understand I mean, I grew
Is
up in
higher.
a house where we didn't have central heating growing up. So we had one open fireplace in the sitting room, and that was it. And that was only lit at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So you just put up with a cold house. We didn't have duvets, just had blankets or whatever. So you just grew up cold, and you kind of got used to it. And then when Dani came along, I expected that we would live like that, and Dani couldn't bear it. But I got a taste of my own medicine when I went to Brazil, and her sister kept saying, "Turn off the fan, you're wasting the electricity." But I just couldn't bear the heat. I would just turn the fan on all the time. So obviously, you just get used to a climate, and that gave me a lot more understanding that Dani is living in a country that she didn't grow up in. The climate is very different here. So I need to have a little bit more understanding and compassion. So maybe just turn the heating on every now and again.
But you know, the funny thing as well is that we, even though Dave is Irish and we live in Ireland, most of our closest friends are not Irish.
That's true.
You know, because it just, I think it's because of where I am, I don't know, but I think the Irish like to stick with the Irish, you know, more so. But because we are a multicultural family, we tend to be more friends with multicultural families too. You know, so we do have friends that are an Irish husband with a Brazilian wife, or vice versa, or, you know, Brazilian friends as well. So we do have more international friends, I suppose.
Yeah. Sure.
Irish.
I hear you on the temperatures too, because I thought I was pretty tolerant of heat until I came to Vietnam. And here, most locals do not sit under an air conditioner all day. I have to have that, you know, or I'll be taking 5 showers a day. So
You know, I think I love hearing this because, you know, we went through a stage where we didn't put much heating on in the house, and Dave was like, "Oh, then you're always complaining." I was like, "But I'm freezing cold. I need the heat, you know." Where Dave could was like, "But I grew up with this." I said, "But I didn't," you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll stand out in a rain or a cold wind and find it refreshing. But Dani, like she just hates it, and I still don't really get it. But if I go to Brazil, I get it because I hate just that horrible feeling of stickiness and sweltering heat.
Well, and I also came from living 20 years in Colorado, which is extremely dry, to a place that's extremely moist. You know, and my body just slowly. As a place of future residency, would you recommend Ireland for me? Why or why not?
If you're financially secure, yes. Or if you have a job set up here, yes, for sure. Ireland's a beautiful place to live in. It's a very safe environment. Like, even I just stick up for the Irish here. Dani said the Irish like to stick together. That's a very human thing to do. I'm sure even in Vietnam, you might find it hard to get in. People like to stick with their own. They like to stick with what they understand or whatever, you know. But in general, the Irish people are very friendly.
That's true.
They're very accommodating, you know.
But what I meant is, like, they are very good. They are very friendly and nice, but it's very hard to make them your friend. That's the only thing as a foreigner for me. You know, and that I felt that in every single country I lived in, you know, it was much easier for me to make another foreigner friend than to make a friend from that own country, which I think it's normal, you know. It's not. But Ireland is for sure a place that I love Ireland. You know,
if you want to live in a city, I wouldn't necessarily recommend Dublin. There's probably nicer cities to live in the world. But if you want countryside, definitely. I wouldn't move back to Dublin.
I would.
Not with the children. I think if the children were a bit older, or we were older, didn't have any, you know, maybe then. I don't know. There's a lot to be said for living out in the middle of nowhere.
You know, I coming from Brazil, which is so violent, I would never want to raise my children in Brazil. I don't know how people do it. I'm so freaky about I don't even like children going outside by themselves here, where there's only cows around. Imagine in Brazil where there's violence and kidnapping and all these things all the time. So I think here is a very safe place. A very safe place.
We recommend it.
Beautiful place. Yes.
Well, I always found Ireland and Scotland and all those areas just absolutely beautiful. I would prefer somewhere maybe with not too harsh of a winter. That's the only thing maybe turning me away. But the landscape itself, and we're nature lovers, me and my significant other.
Our winters here are very mild.
But it's just rain.
It just rains a lot. So in the winter, it's a little colder with a lot of rain. In the spring, it's a little milder with a lot of rain.
It's like today, it was like raining, non-stop.
All day.
You
just have to get on with it.
Yeah. It does get you sometimes, you wish people... You look outside when it's sunny, it's so nice. You feel like going out and doing things. When it's raining like this, it's grey and it's sad,
Yeah. But we don't get much snow. We don't get tornadoes. We don't get tsunamis. We don't get earthquakes, volcanoes.
Just rain.
Nothing. We don't have any dangerous spiders. There's no snakes. There's no bears. There's no dangerous wildlife in Ireland. It's a very safe place to live.
No cockroaches.
No cockroaches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
just cows.
It's great. Just cows. A couple of a bull maybe every now and again.
Yeah, sheep and horses.
An angry sheep. You gotta watch those sheep.
Okay, back to your videos. I want to mention the Pizza Challenge Girls Edition video, which is your most viewed video at 6,207 views. Tell me, why do you think that one scored it so high?
We just got in very early, I think, when the Pizza Challenge, a couple of people, Rosanna Pansino did it, Our Family Nest did it, and once Our Family Nest did it, we decided to do it. And I think we just caught the tail end of it. Obviously, we're a small channel, so those. I mean, if you watch Rosanna Pansino's version of it, she's got millions of views on it. But obviously, people who watch one Pizza Challenge video want to watch another one. And we're just there at the right time in the right place, so...
Okay, another thing about your videos, since you're working on them daily, I'm sure, how on time are they? Are you delayed about 1 day? Like, if you're recording right now, will we be seeing that tomorrow or within 2 days? Like, how delayed are you with that?
1 day.
Tomorrow you'll be seeing this.
Nice, okay, awesome. Yeah. That's reality TV. And how much time would you say you spend, not the filming, because that could vary, but just working on the videos and uploading them? How much, on average, do you spend?
On average,
doing that?
Like the upload itself takes between 3 to 6 hours uploading it once it's finished, which is a bit of a nightmare.
Okay.
We need there's things I need to do to fix that. But actually editing the video from start to finish, 2 hours on average, maybe.
And what editing software do you use?
Windows Movie Maker.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple and smooth.
It's amazing what you can do.
Well, then you're using it up. You're using it up well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Take advantage of that. Okay, what's next for you and your channel?
For the current channel, we would just like to upgrade. Obviously, as we just said, we have Windows Movie Maker. I'd love to upgrade to a better editing software. It would give me more options in terms of what I can do with the videos.
Right.
I'd like to upgrade the laptop to something a bit more powerful. We have our laptop at the moment. It's just above basic, so it struggles a little bit. Just upgrade the camera as well.
Yeah, we'd like to see ourselves a little bit bigger, as well in a few months to grow more.
We'd like to change all of the lights so that we have daylight light in the house, because at the moment there's a lot of the lights are very yellow, and that does affect, especially in the winter time when we started, it starts to get dark here about 4 o'clock in the afternoon in winter.
Okay.
That really affects the quality of the videos when
Sure.
everything's yellow and dark.
What I find nice
we'd
in your
to get
house
a DSLR
too,
camera.
you have a lot of wood in your house. You have a lot of wooden trimmings. You have the wooden floors. Has really nice homey feel to it.
Okay.
Thank you. You see, this our landlady, she agreed to paint the house for us. So all the rooms are going to be painted, and she let us have more lighter colors. I think that's going to help too.
Yeah, there's a lot of the walls in the house are yellow, and we would prefer like a purely because of the vlogs, like a cream or even a white.
Sure.
With the daylight bulbs that just brightens up amazingly. We've watched other vlogs where they've done that, and it's an immense difference. Yeah.
Sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, like I've said, this is the first time we've got two guests at the same time on the show. So I've been looking forward to this part of the show. These are my 10 speed questions, so they can be one word, short answers. And it's fun because you both can answer, and we'll see. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. What inspires you?
YouTube.
What inspires me? I can't do fast questions. What inspires me? My children inspire.
Yeah, I didn't say expire. I said inspire.
Inspire, sorry. Inspires me. Yeah, my children inspires me.
Okay.
What is
YouTube?
YouTube?
YouTube. All right, excellent. What is your favorite word?
Where are you?
That doesn't count.
Love.
Fun.
Okay. And what would you love to be if you could experience being any profession in the world and already having the education to do it?
Oh.
I think I would be a midwife.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. And I think what at one point what I really wanted to be was have a doctorate in some kind of theology or history or something like that. I'm not sure right now if that's what I would want, but yeah.
Right.
Story.
All right.
Yeah, historian. Yeah.
What grosses you out or what disgusts you?
I don't know. There are probably loads.
There's
of
a lot of things that disgust me, but I wouldn't really say it in here. But baby poo is quite disgusting.
That's what I've heard, yeah. You might do a challenge with that later. Wait.
I just had one just before.
You didn't say baby food, right?
Baby poo.
Oh, don't do that kind of a challenge then. I thought you said baby food. Okay. Hey, if you did, it would go viral, I'm sure.
I would say people picking their nose and eating it.
That's
Pretty gross.
Yeah. What do you love to hear in the morning after you wake up and at night before you go to sleep?
Oh, I love to hear the birds sing in the morning.
Okay.
And late at night, I love to hear the children.
Silence.
The silence of the house.
Silence. Okay.
Well, I like to hear. I don't hear often what I like to hear, but I do like when the children come and like Rachel usually she comes and she gives me a hug and says good morning, mommy. And I like hearing that. I like that moment in the morning when I have everybody in a good mood saying good morning, and in the night. I like when we cuddle, me and Dave, and we talk. And,
Sure.
So you like to hear my voice?
I like to hear his voice.
Great people person.
There we go. What scares you?
What scares me?
The world scares me. Yeah.
The world.
Yeah. For me,
Sure.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, the thought of the world, what world my children are entering, and them not being prepared for it.
Right.
That would kind of scare me.
Yeah. Definitely. Good answer. If you had to be an animal, what animal would you choose to be?
Yeah, well, what kind of personality are you? I would... A rhino.
Oh, yes.
Nobody messes with a rhino.
Okay. I'm more like a dog or something cuddly or,
A little rabbit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a dog.
A dog.
A dog in a nice families.
Just be a rhino. Just do your own thing. Nobody messes with you. They all leave you alone. You just eat your grass. And if somebody bothers you, you just kind of shoot them away.
Yeah. Give them a bad look. All right. And where would you love to live if you could choose to live anywhere comfortably?
Canada.
Yeah, I think Canada as well. Yeah, I think it seems to be for children, for family.
Yeah, but although we've never been there in the winter, and now that we're watching vlogs, we see what it's like, because movies don't tend to show it. I don't know why, but like we were watching these people shoveling feet of snow. I was astounded. You hear on the news, 6 feet of snow, but I've never seen anything more than...
Yeah, you don't think about it.
No, you can picture 6 feet, but to actually see it and think, wow, it actually is 6 feet of snow.
So maybe America as well.
No, not America. I always feel like America's dangerous, but like I'd love to live somewhere... Like Canada seems like a safe version of America.
Yeah.
That's the kind of idea.
See, that's like my issue, because I told you I want to live somewhere where it's warm, but it seems like crime and things like that are higher in places on this planet that are warmer. Yeah. And then you find the cooler places on this planet and everything, it makes sense though, because of drugs and everything and how, things work.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Either way, you have to sacrifice something somewhere.
Just take a little vitamin D.
What excites you the most?
Now YouTube is very exciting for me now.
The prospects of the possibilities.
Well,
some new comments.
Yeah, the comments. It could be in 3-4 years.
Yeah, I think that motivates us.
Yeah, but it's exciting.
It is exciting.
Yeah. Well, you guys have and they're doing pretty well, Saucony Jollies. And I noticed they have Aston Martin in their video, an expensive car, 2-person car, and a big house, and it makes you think, wow, YouTube. So I'm wondering how much of that is from YouTube and how much is it from what they do as a career, and I'm not sure what they do.
They don't do anything.
We've heard other people say, well, he did a couple of years, I believe, of animation, kind of computer animation in college, but I genuinely don't think he does that as a profession.
Wow. So it appears that YouTube's been pretty nice to them.
Yeah.
Right.
But they do get a lot of views, I suppose, and have so many. They're just going to hit 1 million subscribers now, so I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she had a channel first, apparently, and again, this idea that channel fed into the vlog channel. So she was already doing beauty and fashion, makeup.
Oh,
and then they started a vlog. So the people who were watching that, it's the same with It's Judy time as well. She was doing this, and people wanted to see, what are you doing at home? What do you do when you're not doing that? And then so they started vlogging, and a lot of girls especially started watching. So we have this idea for a toy and candy review channel that I think could do well. So 7 days in the week, we have 7 children. Each day we would have a different child reviewing something different. Obviously, we need upgrades, as we were saying, a camera and different things to do that. But we're hoping that each channel will feed into the other, and we can kind of mimic the same kind of thing as they've done.
Right. No, that's a great idea. 1 day for each child to express something. Mm-hmm. What makes you smile?
Kimberly. She makes it, they all make me smile in their own different way, but the children do. As tough as it is being a parent of 7 children, there are a lot of times in the day where I just have to smile and laugh. And I think again, I'll say it again, YouTube helps me to focus on those times. Whereas before you might just get overwhelmed with the responsibility and whatever. You know, you just take that moment, you're looking at it through the eyes of somebody else and you're thinking, this is a beautiful moment. I'm so glad I'm here to see it. I'm so glad I captured it. Not just for the sake of YouTube, but for my sake and for their sake.
Yeah.
For me, it makes me smile. Children in general makes me smile. I think I like even watching vlogs that have children or different children. Just their way of seeing life, their way of seeing the world. It's so innocent and nice and sweet. And I really feel like when I see children, I see hope. You know, because they're our future.
Right.
And so it do make me smile to see children.
And I've said it before. You guys have a very calm way about it. I mean, like you've said, that you're not. Sometimes you don't see everything, but we see a lot. And you know, you guys keep it cool. I don't see you raising your voice, you know, much. Seeing your demeanor, I can see that you guys know what you're doing, and psychologically, you're putting in the right effort. You know.
We try. You know, it's not perfection. You know, if I'm sure. If you got, we had hidden cameras, you'll be able to see much more. Because life is stressful sometimes, and you know, when you don't have a good night's sleep, you have a baby crying in the night, and then you have to wake up early, you know, get cranky, and a lot of times you end up acting in a way that is not really nice. You know, but like Dave said, you know, we do have a very open relationship with our children, where we do, when we fail, we go and apologize, and we tell them that we shouldn't have talked like this. That wasn't nice, you know. Because if we want them to respect others, we have to respect them too, you know. So,
and like Dave said, I think YouTube helps a lot too, because we get in bad moods too. And when you got that camera around, you have to perform for that too. And even if the kids are misbehaving, hey, you can threaten them with that camera and tell them millions of people are going to see them. So.
Exactly. You know, Dave has caught the children from doing a few things that otherwise, any other time, he would have got like really cross with them, you know. But because we were vlogging, he sees it in a different way. And then afterwards, he realizes, like, actually, that wasn't that bad. You know, why would I have gone cross had I not had the camera, you know?
It does help you see it through in a different perspective. And even sometimes I'm being I'm being interrupted by the children, like maybe even now during this interview, and I've become really irritated. But then when I watch it back, I'm thinking, actually, it wasn't that bad. The interruption wasn't as bad from the other side as it looks to me in that moment, because for whatever reason.
And that's a good point. I like to use YouTube now with whatever I do. If I'm creating art or these videos, it's great to film yourself, because when you watch yourself, you learn a lot, and you can just improve your skill, whatever that skill is, just by watching yourself doing it, you know. And so, makes sense. What is your fan or follower or viewer most asked question? What is the most common question you guys get? I keep calling you guys. That's a messed up thing. I should be saying gals. Why don't I just say gals? So, for you too, what's the most common question you get?
A lot of people ask, how do you do it? You know, that's one question, you know.
Well, a couple of people have asked us...
how do you do this?
Commonly asked.
People, I think not even on YouTube, but a lot of people do ask, oh, how do you do this? And there is some, how do you say, statements that people make as well when they talk to us, you know. Oh, you have your hand full. Your hands are full, you know. Always, everybody says, oh, you have a hand full, you know. So there are statements that everybody make when they see a family with 7 children.
A lot of people ask us, like when we did our first Q&A when we reached 1,000, and we asked people to ask us questions for the Q&A, and a few people asked us the same question: is there going to be a number 8? So people are interested. We've already had 7. I think a lot of people assume at this stage we're going to have more. So that's a question that crops up. People ask how we met.
Yeah.
If they know we homeschooled, why did you stop homeschooling? It depends on how much people know, but yeah. Or why did you have 7? Why did you have so many?
Yeah, well, you'd have a substitute for your second channel plan, I guess, because 7 days, you'd have an extra kid now.
I'm thinking.
So if one's sick, it can always replace
Yeah,
those.
yeah. Or once Amy moves out, I was already thinking that, we've got to fill her spot once she goes to college or something,
What advice would you give for beginner YouTubers? I would say specifically more family beginner YouTubers.
Advice we would give.
Invest in a camera.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah,
get a good camera. Don't use your smartphone if
Quality.
at all possible.
Yeah.
That's just a bit of practical advice.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. Try not to get bogged down in the details of YouTube itself, which I would have a tendency to do.
Sure.
You can get bogged down with numbers and statistics and nobody watched this or we lost a subscriber or whatever. And if that starts to happen, you kind of lose the whole focus of why you started it in the first place, which was to have fun.
Yeah.
I think most people start YouTube. They
That's
want to
right.
have fun. They want to do something cool or exciting.
Yes, it's like even if we don't grow or if we still have all these lovely memories with our children, So there is only benefits, if we do it in a way,
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But one thing that I find as well is you cannot grow in YouTube much if you don't make yourself known. You need to make sure that other people know where you are, because just to make video and leave the video there is not going to really take you anywhere.
Yeah.
But if somehow use social media, Facebook, Twitter, all these things are very
either
helpful.
just getting in contact with other YouTubers that are similar to your channel or that would be of mutual benefit to each other. So maybe it's a different genre, but that your audience might be interested in both. Or just making genuine comments on other bigger channels, which is what we do. So we watch other vlogs and we leave a comment. Not a comment, please look at my channel and subscribe. Everybody hates those comments.
Yeah.
Most people do. But if you just watch a video and, we do that. And we don't ask anybody to look at our channel. We don't ask people to subscribe. But when we do that, people do. So we're helping the bigger YouTubers. We're sharing their videos. We're commenting. YouTube love that, and I see it as kind of mutually beneficial.
That's right.
In that way.
Okay. Yeah, that's excellent advice. Yep, you about covered it all. Passion, networking, and quality. Quality is a huge thing now on YouTube. That's what sets the big channels from the small channels to begin with. So, good. What other channels do you have?
Well, I have a Portuguese channel that is actually the oldest channel that we have on our channels.
That's the main channel.
It's the main channel, but
Nice.
I haven't really done much with it. Whenever I do something, it grows, but then I don't do something for a long time. And then I have one mommy channel as well that I haven't put anything up yet. I find it very difficult. And then we have the Kinsella Bunch extra.
Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't fit into the vlog, and I think I don't want to waste this. So we just made this little extra channel, and I just throw little clips up there. One in the hope that maybe one of the videos will just kick off in some way. But in another way, just it's something there for others who already enjoy the channel, and for us as well, because I delete all of the raw videos, and it's a way to save the best bits that I feel I can't save any other way. So it's there. We would like to grow our other channels. Again, what's holding us back is internet, the level of internet service we have here, and the hardware that we have, the cameras. So,
well, there's time and money. Those two things are huge.
We have time. The situation that we're in, we have time, but we don't have money. So, if we had a better camera, I would already be doing the the toy review channel with the children, and I would be encouraging Dani to focus more on her Portuguese channel, because I'm convinced that will grow. We've seen other very small Portuguese vloggers, Brazilian vloggers grow with limited resources and have just really grown a lot. And I think the situation in Brazil is YouTube is younger there in terms of its popularity than it is in America. So there's still a lot of room to make it big there.
I agree with that. That's a similar thing I say around these parts too. All right, we'll definitely link everything. So make sure you guys check it out in the description. The Kinsella main channel and the extras channel for extra content. All right, so what message would you like to leave your followers, fans, and friends with?
Thanks for subscribing. Check out Arthur Kidawa's channel here.
Yeah. Well, I think of a message. I think more something more, deep than that. I don't know. When you think of a message,
share the love.
Yeah, share the love, something like that. It's kind of like be kind to one another. Let's leave.
Or what Rachel, we used to say, I thought it was a bit corny, but Rachel said it one time. We used it as our kind of outro for a little while, was be kind and sing.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Be nice and
sing.
Be nice and sing. And I thought, well, that kind of sums it up, really. Just be nice to people and sing. For me, the sing part just meant just enjoy life. Be nice to other people and enjoy life.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
No, that's good. I like that.
And here's
to sing, you've got to have a lot of feelings. So
yeah, that's her now.
I said
that's there. That's Rachel. See, that's Rachel.
She said hug, kiss, and sing. Was it? No.
no one rub.
Rob. So that's our message. Hug,
Oh,
kiss, and rub people.
Rub heads, faces,
Be
hugging.
nice to people. So that's our message. Just be nice to
Great.
everybody.
I'll take that message to my wife.
Yeah. No more.
All right. Well, guys, you've seen it. This is a great, wonderful family. The links will be in the descriptions. Please check them out. Send them off some comments, some friendly words, some questions if you have any. I'm sure they're open to that. And please support our Irish friends, and let's see where they go. It's going to be very interesting watching them develop their channel and work, and the children growing up and all that going together. That's the beauty of YouTube and technology these days. So thanks for watching this episode of the Kidawa Show. If you enjoyed the Kinsella family, if you enjoy reality TV, if you enjoy watching cute children doing wild things on the camera, please do check them out. Give us a like. Let us know if you'd like to see him back on the show. And thank you for watching. Dave, I'd like to give you a handshake. No, let's do ladies first. Well, I've been calling you guys long enough, so let's do Dani first. I'll give you a nice gentleman to lady handshake.
Is that in the...
There you go. And the other digital handshake, the more masculine, to Dave, the Superman and the super mom, the super dad and the super mom of the Kinsella Bunch. Thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day or night,
Thank you for having us.
wherever you are.
Thank you.
There you go.
There we go.
All right.
Yeah.
Subscribe and comment down below, and maybe you can be on our next show. Be sure to check out Arthur Kidawa's gameplays, monsters, and other work.
For this program as well, so anytime you want to be featured, just let me know. So if there's a great YouTuber that you want to see interviewed, and if you know some questions you want to ask them, let us know who it is and what questions you have. And again, if you're a YouTuber and you want some more viewers and more subscribers and more fans to meet you and find out about you, this is a great chance for you. It's a great opportunity. hold each other nicely for the entire session, and you'll be golden. All right. Okay, so I'll be here. So my front is this way, so I might look a little bit weird because I'll be looking here. So, like I said, if you want to play along, just, you know, look to your left sometimes like you're talking to me or something. But no problem.
Okay.
All right, welcome everybody to another wonderful episode of the Kidawa Show. Today we have a wonderful guest. Okay, let me restart that.
We've been interrupted.
No problem. To seeing him on the screen, so.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, somebody is screaming.
It's okay. When you get angry, do you ever mistakenly call the wrong child the wrong name?
Oh, even when, just, yeah, all the time. Yeah. My parents did it, and I said, I'm not going to do that when I grow up. But there's loads of things I said I'm not going to do that I do. And now I have much more understanding towards my own parents.
Yeah. Yes.
So will I say it again?
Say it about 5 more times just to feel great.
Yeah. Can you go and play upstairs? We'll get you a nice treat if you go up and play upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, we should be recording this for the vlog now. Look how well we're doing right now.
Fans and friends with.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, she's just... You can't talk, right?
Go get a towel.
Go and get a towel.
In the drawer there's towel.
Sorry, Arthur.
She washed her hands and she wants to show us that she washed her hands.
Any advice given, such as rubbing... okay, I messed that up. If you enjoyed...
Rubbing, kissing, hugging.
Okay, it was going smooth.